It's a big week of economic events and earnings releases, starting on Monday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern with the retail sales report for June. The report is widely regarded as the most timely indicator of broad consumer spending patterns. After cooler than usual spring temperatures, did shoppers flock to stores last month? Also out on Monday will be the latest earnings report from Citigroup. Investors will look to see how the recent rise in interest rates has affected the bank's earnings and revenue. On Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, the Consumer Price Index for June will be released. The report is also known as the most widely cited inflation indicator. At 9:15 a.m. Eastern, industrial production for June will follow. This measures the physical output of the nation's factories, mines, and utilities, and also provides a measure of capacity utilization. Earnings releases from the nation's big banks continue to roll in, with Goldman Sachs reporting on Tuesday. According to Zacks Investment Research, the consensus earnings per share forecast for the quarter is $2.82, above the reported EPS for the same quarter last year of $1.78. However, one Citigroup analyst recently lowered his second quarter earnings estimate for Goldman by 40 cents to $2.70, citing the bank's investing and lending portfolio's likelihood to have been hurt by the recent correction in risk assets. Soft drink giant Coca-Cola will report on Tuesday as well. After the company's first quarter earnings beat Wall Street expectations, boosted by sales in Europe and emerging markets, traders will look to see if the strength has continued. After the bell, look for Yahoo to report second quarter 2013 earnings. The tech titan has acquired 17 companies in the last few quarters, which has depleted Yahoo's cash reserves. Investors will likely want a clearer picture of the state of the company's current cash reserves and if more acquisitions are on the way. Also look for earnings from big board member Johnson & Johnson on Tuesday. Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we'll have housing starts and building permits for June, measuring the number of residential units on which construction began in the month. American Express will follow with its latest earnings report. The company reported first quarter earnings that beat analyst expectations, but revenue fell short. As investors wonder whether the company will impress with its second quarter earnings report, shares of American Express rallied this past week after a Nomura analyst revised his earnings estimates upward to $1.24 a share, 2 cents ahead of the consensus estimate. Bank of America will also report on Wednesday. The bank missed consensus EPS estimates with its last quarterly earnings release by 3 cents. Internet auction site eBay will report that day as well, in addition to tech companies IBM and Intel. Intel investors will be on the lookout to see if more pain is to come after the recent downgrade of the stock by an Evercore analyst. On Thursday, Mexican restaurant chain Chipotle will report, as well as search giant Google. Traders will look to hear what Google's cost per click numbers show, as well as for the answer to the question, will Google miss expectations for the second consecutive quarter? Microsoft and Verizon will also report, as well as Morgan Stanley. The same Citigroup analyst who lowered his estimate for Goldman Sachs also said Morgan Stanley is likely to miss the consensus earnings estimate of 45 cents per share by 3 cents due to the buyout of the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney joint venture being completed later than expected. Lastly, closing out a busy week on Friday will be General Electric with its second quarter 2013 earnings report. In New York, I'm Brittany Umar for The Street. Have a great weekend.